Hello, everybody, and welcome to Catalysts of Change. I'm Alexia Cito, and I'm extremely excited about our guest today. And we are here in New York, and we actually met in this studio the other day, and I was like so inspired by your presence, and I thought, wow, this is like such an amazing opportunity. And we got to talking about the UNCSW, which we're here for, the Committee on the Status of Women. And you're like, I am a comedian and I like talk about that stuff. And I'm like, why? Like, we need to have you on Catalysts of Change. And then when I discovered your videos, I thought, wow. So for anyone, you check out Kaneez. All the links are below. She's an extraordinary comedian, actor, producer. And yeah, we're going to just get into some exciting topics today. I'm really excited to connect with you.
Thank you so much for having me. Yeah. I'm very excited to be here. I know. I love that we just met in the studio.
Yeah.
Do you want to be on the podcast? And I was like, yeah, sure. Let's do this.
Thank you for saying yes.
No, absolutely. Like, as soon as I met you and your other guests, I was like, this is such a great group of women. So thank you for letting me be a part of it.
Yeah. And well, speaking of a great group of women and like meeting your people.
Yes.
This is like your vibe.
That's my vibe.
Now, and you're filming your upcoming special.
Yeah, my stand-up special. It's called I Found My People.
Oh my gosh.
And yeah, I do talk about like, I'm from South Africa. Then I moved to India and now I moved to the US. And when I don't really belong to any country, and when I'm a 41-year-old single woman in this world with no children, like, who are my people? If I don't have a family and I don't belong to a country, then who are my people? And it's really, the special explores that. And my comedy in general explores, like, who are your people? Like, who are your community, in this world where borders, I feel like, are disappearing in many ways. And conventions are also disappearing in so many ways. And like, who do we go to for support and for our pillars,
Yes. Well, this is like such a deep and profound topic. Like, there's so many multi layers. And I think that's one of the things I love diving into your content is like, you're taking these really like serious and like real topics. Is like, hello, wake up, humanity. And then like making them so funny and digestible. And for example, like just the concept of like saying like the borders are, disappearing. Like, I would love to dive into that. Like, what does that mean for you? And what are you seeing with that in the world right now?
Yeah, it's so funny. I'm so glad you asked this because I'm going to Japan next month with my family. We're going on a family holiday and I'm so excited. And my mom's like, and we're discussing like which bags to bring. Should I bring like a big bag or a small bag? My mom's like, we're going to do so much shopping there. And I was like, the truth is that there's so many, everything's available everywhere now.
Right.
It's not like we go to Japan or we go to like Singapore for lace or like, India for silk or Japan for whatever. Like, we don't have to go to other countries for things. They're available everywhere. And then recently there was a Japanese store that just opened like right here next to the studio. And I walked in, it's from Japan. It's a store from Japan. They make like tiles. And I walked in and I was like, should I just get all my souvenirs here instead of like getting them in Japan? And like that really for me like symbolizes how the world, like I feel like everything's available everywhere. All cross cultures are, everyone's experiencing each other's cultures. Immigrants, everyone's moving around the country, the world. And that way I think about borders disappearing.
I love that. Yes.
You feel the same way?
Well, I feel like they are in many places, and there are still some places that are underdeveloped.
Yes.
And that's one of the things I'm becoming more aware of, like at the CSW, is just like, for example, an example would be like one of our communities from Uganda is an orphanage, and like I had asked him to record a video or something. He's like, oh, I can do it tomorrow because the electricity's out, and the candle went out. And he's still WhatsApping me because he still has power on his phone. Yeah. But I'm like, wow, can you imagine this guy like in a phone, in a dark room, like in a field, like, it's like, it's almost like unfathomable. So I feel like in like the more like developed countries that it's like totally, especially in Toronto, I'm from Toronto, it's like you can, like you said, you can get everything everywhere. Yeah. We have like, honestly, like so many cultures, so much food, like the best of that. And like you said, all these textures and textiles and like special like Korean skincare, like whatever,
Even like Korean, like what's it called? Oh my God, what's the music?
Oh, K-pop.
K-pop.
Yes. Oh,
now we know how old I am.
Yeah.
Like, what is it? What's that music these kids are listening to? K-pop. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like, but you're right. There's definitely places that, we, at least if they're experiencing American culture or like Western culture, we definitely don't know a lot about their culture.
Yeah.
It hasn't seeped into the Western, like Western people don't know about their culture as much.
Yeah. And I feel like maybe like with your travels, like growing up in South Africa and like how was it, for example, going to South Africa and then traveling to India, then from India to the States, like what has that been like for you, all these different places?
It's, I think it comes from a place of like, that's the thing I also, excuse me, I don't mean to keep bringing up my special, but
no,
like,
please do.
But like, that's what I explore. I'm like, I try to like, I don't think I felt like I didn't fit in anywhere. Like, I just felt like a fish out of water, which so many people experience in so many different ways. And that's why I kept like looking for my people. And this special explores or just like helps me understand that my people have been there the whole time. And I've been finding my people wherever I go. And I don't need to belong again to any country to feel like I belong. I don't need to be married to feel like I belong. I don't need to be, I don't need to be a mom to feel like I belong. And so, like, it was growing up in South Africa, it was during apartheid in the 1980s. And we lived in a homeland, which is basically South Africa had 10 homelands. But they try to put all the black people into these homelands and said, like, you can semi-govern them.
Wow.
It was kind of like, it was South Africa's two-state solution. They were like, we'll make the Bantu lands and then the white people land. Like, that's what their idea was. So we lived in one of the Bantu, like, homelands. And I grew up there and I went to a very white British school, Anglican boarding school. And I really felt, it's so interesting. I remember once my friend said to me, my best friend, she was like, Kaneez, we don't see you as an Indian. We see you as one of us. And to this day, I don't know if that's a compliment or an insult.
Right, yeah.
Like, to this day, I was like, it's great that I can assimilate. What a great, like, skill to have. But then also, like, did you just negate my entire identity? And I still don't know which one I feel. I still don't know how I feel about that, which is so strange.
Yeah.
But I got that in South Africa and in India as well, a lot. And I was like, I guess I'm good at assimilating. But then, like, what is my identity? And now I'm in America. And I think, honestly, to be completely fair, this is where I'm really understanding my identity. Because I think in South Africa, I was running away from being Indian. And then in India, I was running away from being South African. And then in America, I feel like I'm now really exploring both of those cultures and if they mean anything to me. I don't even know if they really mean anything to me, or maybe they do, and I'm exploring that.
Wow, this is like so profound.
Thank you, America.
Yeah,
who would have thought? Thank you. Who would have thought this would be happening in Trump's America? Thank you for letting me explore my identity.
Yeah. I love it. And you speak about like being a woman and being like a single 41-year-old. Marriage, childless woman, which like I also can relate to.
Barren spinster.
Yeah. It's like,
that's my tagline. Barren spinster.
Like, oh my goodness.
Yeah. Are you married? Or?
No, I'm not married. I don't have kids. And I'm like actively not married.
Yeah,
I'm like, no, thank you.
I did get married.
At least right now. Like I'm,
How old are you? Off camera.
I'm 35.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm okay. I went through a phase of not sharing it.
Yeah.
And then I had a realization fairly recently.
Okay.
In the last like month.
Oh, wow. That's
where I was like, if I truly do not identify with my age at all, then who cares if I share it or not? And I realized, like, especially for younger women, like, because for example, what you talking about being 41, and it's so inspiring. Like, for me, hearing that I realize it's so worth sharing and being open and public about it, and being absolutely like not attached and like fearless about it, because it shows other young women that like you can do and be whoever and whatever you want at any age. Like all of that propaganda around women needing to be like a certain beauty standard and like needing to have a man and needing to have children to have worthiness.
Expiry dates on our uterus and our face and our everything. Like we just come with so many expiry dates. I'm like, oh my God. Why am I alive then? Everyone's like, you don't have a child. What is your purpose? I'm like, I don't know, to make comedy reels. I don't know. Can I do other things?
Exactly.
No, but you're right. I think I say my age because I like saying 41 because I'm like, this is how many years I've lived on this world and this is all the experience I've had. And I value the experience I've had. And I think there's value to like getting older and living more life, you know? And I don't want you to think that I haven't lived the life that I've lived, which is 41 years, you know?
Yeah.
And I like that. And I've never felt... Oh man, I love being this age. I love my late 30s and early 40s. Like this is the age, that's the age where I found like who I was, and I have so much more conviction about who I am, and I'm proud of who I've become, and I love everything about myself. And you know, like women, we grow up hating ourselves. Yeah. You know, if not hating, just really like disliking so much of ourselves. And like I'm really feeling like this is the age where I'm, what's the word? I don't even know, but I'm like becoming me and I'm feeling me and I'm proud of me.
Yeah.
So I want people to know my age. It's 41. Born in 1983.
Yeah. It's like, when is your birthday? Because you might be
October.
Okay. Oh,
When's yours?
January, February, March, April, May, June. Okay, we're still a little bit because I was thinking by the time it ends, December.
Okay. Oh, congratulations. I don't know.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
Congratulations for being born.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah, no, it is fascinating being. I'm also divorced, by the way, so I'm just like,
oh yes,
yeah, I'm just adding these to the list.
Well, I saw that in one of your videos. Thank you for bringing that up because I wanted to touch on that because you had mentioned something. Oh. This just cracked, like you were like you hit it on the nose because like, oh, you're settled down, and you were like in the videos like I'm anything but settled right now, and like I'm curious to talk a bit about that because like that struck a chord. I was like, wow, you know, so many people think, oh, okay, you get married, and like especially women, especially like traditional homes as well, is sort of like known as like, oh, now you have like this whole life, and
you're settled. You're finally settled. I think parents maybe think like that because they think of the security.
Right.
For boys and girls. Like they're like, okay, our boys looked after and our girls secure. And I think so I get that. And I'm not taking that away from parents. Like they want their children to be settled. But marriage is not the most unsettling experience of my life. And I say that, I was like, it was. It's not. And I'm not saying don't get married. I'm just saying don't go into marriage thinking that it's finally, you can finally rest. Like there's work to be done there as well, which is fair. There's work to be done everywhere. So have that expectation of like, you're going to have to work on evolving together also. And you guys, there's two people who are constantly changing and you're going to have to keep like reconnecting and getting to know each other. And listen, again, I'm divorced and unmarried and I'm giving like marriage advice. I'm just saying, don't like, from my experience of being married for 3 years, like it's work.
Yeah.
Hard work, guys.
Yes.
For sure. Looking into the camera. I'm so sorry.
No, it's good. It's natural.
Work. Okay.
Yeah. Whichever way, this way, that way. Yeah.
So,
sorry. No. Go ahead. Was there?
No. I'm so sorry. I don't even know if I'm answering your questions.
Oh, you're answering them and more. This is amazing. Are you kidding? Like, yeah, you are. You got them. It's just flowing. We're flowing.
You're right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So well, it kind of brings up a curiosity about the conversation around community.
Yeah.
And especially being like, well, I kind of want to bring this up because we're talking about is like, I don't know if you've experienced this, but I get a lot of like, oh, so like almost every conversation, how it's like, oh, what do you do? It's like a big thing.
Yes.
It's like, oh, are you married?
Yeah.
Oh, what do you do? Are you married? Do you have kids? And it's like, and it's just like the questions. So I feel like because we kind of have a lot of purpose from that as a society.
Yes.
Like not everyone individually, but just overall.
Yeah.
So what do you feel like the role of community plays in that?
In like, what do you mean? Like
I think like, I guess how can we use community to like
not to have those be the constant.
Yeah.
No, I agree. Like, because all those questions are so like about you. And,
Right.
just like, what are you doing? Like, and here's the thing about community. I feel like I come from two very community-oriented cultures in South Africa and India.
Yes.
I've come to New York City. I don't know if that's the case in the rest of America, but I know in New York, like there is a sense, everyone's very for themselves. There is this very capitalist mindset and approach to everything. Like, I've got to get to the top no matter what, And I was like, man, you can get so much further if we have like community with us, and we don't have to like think about things like, how am I doing and what am I like? When you have a community and you guys are doing things together, it doesn't become so individually focused. And I think for me, that's the role that communities played in finding like my people and finding people where I'm like, oh, I don't have to think about, oh, I'm not a mother, I'm not a wife, or, I'm a comedian. Like, I think about my community. Sorry, I'm not articulating this very well, but I think when you have community, you're also giving back to your community. There is a give and take, and it's not just you're not just finding community just for yourself to find support for yourself. Like, you also have to be the support for other people in your community. And I think that's for me. Like, that's the beauty of community, is that you get to share the load. Otherwise, you're carrying it all on your own.
Yes.
Like the pressure of like, it's all the pressure's like just on you. And when you're in a community or a tribe, you don't have to feel that pressure by yourself,
Yes.
So I think that's the role of community. One of the roles.
Yeah.
That I like really rooting for and pushing for, like community. And it's interesting. A friend of mine. I'm so sorry. I'm talking so much.
This is what it's for.
Is that what we do podcasts?
Talk away.
Like, that's what podcasts are. It's people talking.
It's all. This is you.
I'm going to change to like dumb charades now. You guess what I'm trying to say. Okay.
Yeah, let's just do that.
2 words. Community. Everyone's smiling. Is this going on audio? Because people who are listening to this can be like, what did they just do?
Yeah, the audio and video.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Well, watch the video if you're listening to this on audio.
Yeah, someone could just be listening to audio. So we just did a whole bunch of movements.
We just did a bunch of dumb charades, nothing important. Sorry, but what were we talking about? This was like community.
Community.
Oh, I was talking to a friend of mine who's a psychologist, and she was talking about how over the last like 10 years, there's been a lot of, or 15, maybe a little bit more, there's been so much focus on mental health and ourselves and our mental health. And she's like, there's a shift now towards social health. Like, we're going to be seeing a lot of focus on social health, which is building your communities and your, so it's not, you're not just thinking about yourself the whole time.
Oh my gosh, this is the first time I've ever heard that.
Same.
She so resonates.
She said this to me 2 days ago, and I was like, yes.
Oh my gosh.
I think people are craving that.
Yes, absolutely. And I feel like, I'm curious about New York, but I feel more and more spaces, like at least in Toronto, I see opening up like safe spaces, community spaces, sound baths, other shit. Like, so it's like places to come together, but that are not always like, okay, I'm going to the bar, which is also fine. There's nothing wrong with that.
Judging.
No judging. It's just having alternatives, like different ways to come together. So like we see that in a lot of like fitness groups.
Yes, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah. But it's interesting as you're saying that, like the social health is maybe something that I can't say it's new because it's like our ancestors and like
exactly.
they've been doing this for like thousands
this new
years.
concept of people working together, like what? Like, thousands of years.
Yeah,
it really does make a difference. In India, the comedy scene there was no comedy scene, and there were like 1 or 2 comedians who were like big, and that was it, and then there was no scene. And so we were there at the beginning of the scene, like a whole bunch of us. And it was really cool. We were like messing around, and then suddenly we're like, oh, this is an industry people want to put money into. But I remember the way it built was because we all collaborated together. We were all in each other's YouTube videos. We were doing sketches together. We were in each other's shows, live shows. We collaborated so much, and that's how the industry grew. And I was like, oh, that's... Like, you have no idea how powerful it is to work as a community in building something. You think like, I'm going to do it all by myself. I'm going to get to the top. But when a whole community grows together, it is insanely powerful.
Wow.
It is insanely powerful. And I don't think people understand the power of that yet.
Yeah. I'm so enamored by that. The fact that you like did that from the ground up in India.
All of us.
What was that like?
Oh, it was again, like we were having so much fun.
Yeah.
We didn't think this was serious. We were like, it was also the time like Twitter came into like being, and so, Instagram and YouTube, and we were just putting out dumb shit, you know?
Yeah.
And then suddenly people like, no, we want to pay, like Netflix, Amazon, like come into the country, and they're like, oh, we want to pay for all this stuff. And we're like, whoa, okay, and that's how the industry grows, you know? Like, people put money into it.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, okay. But so that it was fun. It was really fun building an industry in India.
Wow, that is so cool. Yeah. And especially like, I mean, I think that as who you are as a woman and as, you know, this like businesswoman in a way, you know, an artist, like an entrepreneur, to be able to start a whole industry is like revolutionary, I feel like. Again,
it wasn't just me. It was like it was like 20 of us.
Yeah.
You know, like 20 of us who like really like, but yeah, no, it is, I'm glad that I was a part of it. And I was glad I was at the right place at the right time.
Yes.
That's why I was like, I'm going to go to America. It'll be as easy. And I'll come here and I was like, oh my God, it's so much harder.
Yeah, what's it like here?
It's hard. It's a saturated market. Like the best of the best are here.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey guys. And they're like, what? What do you want? I'm like, oh, okay, community. Let's do it together. And they're like, no, we're good. Thanks. No, but like it is, I'm having a lot of fun here.
Yeah.
And I'm meeting so many different people from around the world, which is something I really appreciate being in New York for.
Yes.
You know, we just get to meet so many people from around the world and rant like you and I.
Yeah, like what? This is like
we
wild.
Just met in the studio. Like I love that about New York City.
Yeah.
In that way, like I feel like now my community is expanding again through borders, even more so in America than in South Africa and India.
Yes.
You know?
And, you know, I feel like also your ability to now travel and do this like world tour is like you're like creating, or you already have a huge global community, but I mean like you're doing what you're saying, like you're growing and cultivating and like expanding that. And I'm excited to learn more about your tour that's coming up because like I want to come.
Oh, absolutely.
Especially in Toronto. I'm like, wait, I need to be there.
Yes.
And like, you know, for people to experience you in person and have that, there's nothing like it. It's one thing to watch something on an Instagram video and YouTube.
Yes,
it's
absolutely.
great. You know, it plays its part. But I feel like especially with comedy, that live, like what's it like that live energy when you're on stage and like.
I'm such a live performer. Like I'm shooting my special and I'm getting a little anxious because I'm like, I really perform for the room. And like when you're taping, you need to be a little bit strict about sticking to like the jokes so that they translate to camera.
Right.
But I'm such a live performer. Like if something happens in the room, I want to like include it in my joke. And you know, I love performing live. And you're right. Like there's really nothing, you'll never experience it. Even if you're watching stand-up online, which you should do. Like, you know, watch all stand-up online. But like experiencing a live show it's different. You get to see the person like in real life being themselves in their element. You know, it is a special art form that I practice. Yeah. And I really enjoy it.
Yeah. And you're amazing.
Thank you for articulating that. Like, I appreciate it.
It's true. It's so true, you know, and it's like you said, it's like it's that magic that happens when the organic things unfold in the room. Yeah. And I think it's particularly with comedy, I mean, this is just my own experience, but particularly with comedy because it's so engaging and oftentimes there's all of that play off the people in the room.
Yeah.
It's just so cool. Whereas like if you go to theater or a concert, of course it depends on the artist or the performance, but usually it's like there's a script, you're watching, it's like this
and, there's a
and
fourth
that.
Wall.
Yeah.
There's a fourth wall that they perform behind.
Exactly.
And the comedy that there is no fourth wall. We're talking, that's why I keep looking at the mirror.
Yeah.
You guys are my audience. I mean, not the mirror, the cameras. Okay. Yeah. And the mirror.
We're each other's mirrors.
No. We're each other's mirrors. It's true. It could be true. It could be true.
Could be.
This is the white version of me, and this is the Indian version of Alexia.
I love it. I always wanted. I actually love India, by the way. I don't think I told. Yeah.
Oh my God.
I've been 4 times.
What?
Yeah, but I've not been to Mumbai, unfortunately.
What? Just Delhi?
Not just Delhi, thankfully.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not one.
Well,
I know.
sorry,
I
you're
can
from
hear it
Delhi.
in the tone. Just Delhi? Come on, girl.
Delhi? No, where did you?
No, I went a little bit like, okay, I went sort of around like Goa, Kerala, more the south vibes.
That's my favorite place in India, Kerala.
So the backwaters. And
It's so beautiful. Did you go to like Munnar and Tekadi? Like
like it's just like, and the temple, like it was just everything. It was Leh Ladakh, like more way north in the mountains.
Oh my God, you've done
like it was like wild.
I've never been there.
Oh yeah, like with Pangong Lake, Nubra Valley, like they're very you just feel the energy. It's like wild, and like Rajasthan, Jaipur,
Beautiful.
Hampi.
Oh my God,
where they have all
good places.
These, like it was like, all
all the temples.
magical.
Sorry, you're saying Hampi.
All the temples, and like Vrindavan and Varanasi.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I love India.
So sorry. I just assumed I was like on Delhi, Bombay, and Bangalore. You're like, no, I've been to like the coolest places in India.
It was, it's a very special place. Like
Did you go for fun or?
I went to visit friends.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was traveling there at first. It was like it's a whole thing, but I actually ended up going with 4 girlfriends, and one by one they dropped out before the trip was coming.
Oh.
And we were going to visit friends that we had met, but they were like close friends, but at the time they were not like, we had met them like the year before. So it wasn't like someone I would like naturally just like, oh, I'm just going to go and like stay with for a month, you know, like, but I just went on a whim.
By yourself?
By myself.
Wow, well done. Well done.
Thank you.
That's very cool, Alexia.
On that like women, you know, like, but it was like really magical. It was very special. And I made so many friends there and it was like very, very special.
So glad.
Yay.
Thank you for going.
Thank you for having me.
Yes.
Yes.
Again, I don't even know where I'm from, but it's my pleasure.
Yeah. But it's just such a magical place. It was, for me, it was like the start of what I would call my spiritual journey in a way. Like just like, so like awakening and like powerful.
We joke about like people go to India to find themselves, but because there's so much like history and, you know, like ancient civilizations that existed on that land, like it is a very spiritual place in that sense. You know, there's so much that's happened on those lands, you know. So it is and the religions like Hinduism and Buddhism, like they are very spiritual religions.
Yes.
They're not like the Abrahamic religions of the West, you know?
Yeah.
So like that's why it lends itself to so much spirituality. Yeah.
It's
a special place. Oh, I miss Mumbai now. I miss India.
Yeah.
I've been there.
Need a trip. Are you going on a tour?
I'm not going to India.
What's your plan? Like, what's your trajectory?
Well, I'm going to be in... I'm shooting my special, and then after that, I'm going to go to Tokyo, Japan. I'm doing a show in Tokyo, and then I'm doing shows in America, around America. I wish I had all the details, but then I go to London. I'm going to be at Soho Theatre.
Oh my gosh! Wait, I need to like. When are you in London?
On the 23rd and 4th, I think,
of
May.
I will be there.
Are you going to be there?
No, I'm going to be there. Yeah, I think I need to come see you in London.
We're becoming each other.
Yeah.
We're just going to be at the same places.
That's amazing.
I'm going to be in London, yes, for like the weekend there.
Oh my gosh, that's like so cool.
Oh my God, I'll give you the date.
Yeah.
We're sorry for including you guys on this. Apologies.
Right.
Sorry,
Yeah.
we'll figure out our dates. And then Canada in October. So I'm excited for that.
That's awesome.
Toronto, Vancouver, and Calgary.
Cool. Yeah. Wow. This is like...
And then some other places. I'm sorry, I don't have the list on me, but like I'm going to be around.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to be making my rounds, guys.
Yeah.
So.
I feel like your energy was like... I like before I even met you, because there was like a woman on the plane. She said, "Oh, are you going home?" I said, "Well, everywhere is home." Something like so. But that's that vibe I get with you is like and I don't like, correct me if I'm wrong, but this is just what I'm receiving from what you're sharing. Is this like feeling like when you feel that home within yourself, it's kind of like everywhere becomes home. In a way. That's what I'm getting from what you're saying. And it's like, even like sometimes we find home in a partner. We find home in our children. We find home in our family. And it's like when you find that place within you, it's like everywhere kind of becomes like your community, your home, you're like, and you've just naturally, when you're so aligned with yourself, it's like people gravitate towards you that are aligned with you because you're like magnetizing that. That's what I'm getting from your.
You're articulating this so beautifully. Thank you so much. Like, I'm like, yeah, that is it. Yeah, what she's saying, that is it. So thank you. That's yeah. I mean, and it's also like, it's everything comes with its pros and cons. So like, it's like, but yeah, I've chosen this life and I really love it. And I always think about like people always like, don't you feel lonely or don't you wish you had a child? And I was like, I wish I had a child. I wish I had a partner like 20% of the time.
Yeah.
But 80% of the time, I'm like really happy with the life I've chosen and I've made choices to be here, right? I'm on the greener grass. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So I don't want to make that exchange just yet.
Yeah.
Until that percentage becomes higher.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like and that's how I think about it.
Wow.
But do I feel lonely? Yes. And do I wish sometimes I had? Yes. But not as much as I love my life.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So it does come with both. It's not like I don't think about those other things.
Yeah. Exactly.
You were born in Canada, right?
Yeah.
And do you feel like you're Canadian?
Well, Canada is such a young country.
Right.
I have to be honest, like, I love Canada.
Yeah.
I absolutely adore Canada as a country, and I do feel Canadian. And I also ask myself in that same breath, what is Canadian?
Yeah.
Because I identify so much with Indigenous cultures, and I know that the country was built on all of the atrocities that have happened with colonization.
Yep.
So there is like a slight like, yes, but also kind of like, but every time I think of Canadian, I actually think of like all the Indigenous communities that Canada was like built upon. So even though I'm not aware of and I don't have like any Indigenous heritage, I know like even my grandparents that on my mom's side who are like the Canadian part of the family,
right,
where they were, so in the 1700s, unfortunately, they came over from France and were probably in some shape or form shipped off and involved in everything that was happening.
Yes.
So yeah, there's always a part of me where I'm like, I love Canada and I'm like, I love being Canadian, but I also feel like, my dad's parents were born in Italy. They immigrated. My mom's family's like Scottish, Irish, British, French.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And so there's like a whole mix. And ultimately, when I think about, anyway, I'm about to take this a whole other dimension, but I think I feel like ultimately, when you go back far enough, we're all one.
Yeah.
And it's like we have these cultures and we have these languages and things have developed over time. However, like we're one human family. We walk the same land. We breathe the same air. And it's like all of these borders and countries and everything is like completely fabricated, man-made. And it's like, So there's a yes and then there's like a no. It's like,
no, exactly. That's like, and yeah, you're like, I'm proud to be Canadian, but I'm not proud of how we became Canadian. Like, I fully understand.
Yeah.
Like, that I can imagine that being, but you were born there and that is your country. So
yeah, exactly.
But that's why I'm like, that's why I say, like, I don't even know if I want to start identifying as anything. Like, that's this idea of not having like an identity attached to a border.
Yes.
Where I'm like, okay, I'm not from anywhere. And therefore I'm from everywhere.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's how I feel. And that's what I'm exploring.
Yeah. And like how did you even get to the realization of even having the awareness to explore that? Because that's like very profound.
There's actually an actual moment that happened where I was homesick. I moved here and I felt very homesick. And I was like, I don't know which home I'm feeling homesick for. It was that moment. I was like, I don't know if it's India or South Africa. I don't know what I'm missing. And then I was like, I think I'm just missing my people. And that's kind of where the idea came from. I was like, I'm not missing like India. I'm not missing South Africa. And I was like, I don't even have a home. What am I don't even know where I'm home. I don't know where home is. And then is home my parents? Is home where my friends are? Is home where my career is? So I'm like, and that's when it became like, I think then maybe home is here. And that's kind of and I can of course miss food and miss culture and miss friends and miss all of that I've been a part of it. But like, yeah, it was that moment where I remember just like when I first moved here within like 2 months, I was like, I feel homesick. And then I was like, which home? And that also made me think, I have so many homes.
Right.
Or I have no homes. I think it's like, one of the two. I think they're both the same almost.
Wow.
Yeah.
I just love this so much because I feel like so many people can resonate with that feeling.
Absolutely.
Maybe even everybody.
Yeah.
Because sometimes we feel homesick, but it's like you said, it's not even like a home. It's like it could even be like a relationship or a feeling or a past version of ourselves. Like that feeling of like it's almost like I also hear the word like nostalgia sort of.
Yes,
kind of. It's like
absolutely.
this like longing or something.
And again, it doesn't have to be a place. It could just be a person. It could be a food. It could be a park you sat in every day. Like, So that way I was like, okay, then it's not like, again, I'll just find new things here now.
Yeah, exactly.
That I attach myself to in that sense.
Yeah. And what would you say, like, for any of the viewers or listeners that, like, are at that stage where they're feeling that right now?
Yeah.
Like, what could they do? What's like, or like, what would you want to share with them?
Therapy. No, I'm kidding. Go to therapy. No, I know there's so many people who've moved, who've immigrated, and they feel this. They feel this, like, whether it's their ancestors immigrated or whether it's, they've immigrated or their parents have. And people always feel like, what's my identity? And like, who, again, like, I think just eradicating that idea of borders in my head. I don't want to give like a finite answer because I'm also exploring that, because I go back to like what my friend said. She's like, we don't see you as one of us. We see you as one of us. And I was like, but then if I drop all borders in my head, then does my Indian background or my Muslim background or my female background like mean nothing then? Because those have also shaped me into the woman I am today. So it's a fine line that you have to like tread. It's a good question, and I feel like I don't have the answer for it. Like I'm also exploring that. But I like it a lot, and I want to think about it too.
Yeah,
because do we want to become like just one race or like one group of humans, or do we want to have our different identities and uniqueness? And
Yes.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I don't know if you've heard this, but it reminds me of like harmony. So if you think about harmony, like a song, in order for a song to have harmony, it needs so many different notes. You can't have harmony with one note. It's just a note.
Right. Yes, there we go.
So it's like it's like one, but at the same time, you're all different and unique.
So we're just it's about embracing it.
Yeah.
Not being scared of it or not looking down on it.
Yeah.
It's just about embracing each other's cultural or personality differences, cultural differences, race differences.
Yes.
I love the word. I love that metaphor, harmony.
Yeah,
that makes sense to me.
Yeah,
that makes sense to me. We're part of a harmony. Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
I like that. Okay, so thank you for answering my question. Guys, that's the advice you should take. Guys, like think of yourself as part of a harmony.
I love it. Yeah. Well, we have one final question that we ask.
Have we been talking for like how many hours?
Not too long. How many hours? We've been here all day.
We can't tell. There's no windows.
Yeah, no, exactly. Like in the cave. Yeah. Well, actually, before we go to that question, I have another question, which is, what role do you feel like in this feeling and all of these realizations you've shared? Like, does spirituality play in that? Like, do you have a spiritual practice or belief, or like, what role does it play?
Yeah, I do. That it's my own thing that I put together. I like it. I think I just believe like I'm here to learn lessons. And if I don't learn them, I'll come back again. The universe will keep putting me back into the universe till I learn those lessons.
Yes.
And so I just want to, I mean, it's not like I don't treat like life like a school. I'm like constantly learning, but I like it. I like learning. I like evolving.
Yeah.
I like expanding. I like that. So it's not work. But I think of like, every time something happens, good and bad, like how did I evolve from it? I think about that. And that's how I kind of live my life. I think of like, I need to be evolving. I need to be growing or expanding. Growth doesn't just mean like a ladder. It's not like a corporate ladder. I like to think of myself as a tree. And like I'm just expanding into the universe. Sometimes it's down, sometimes it's up, sometimes it's sideways. But it's not a linear, like upward trajectory.
Oh, I love
Right? Someone like, I remember like envisioning that and I was like, oh, that makes sense to me. Like,
Oh my gosh.
but yeah. So I'm human and I'm living my life and I'm thinking about all these social health and being a woman and all of these things, identity and borders. But I'm also like, I'm here as an entity, a spiritual entity, like a being. I'm here to learn lessons. And that's how I live my life.
Oh my gosh, I love it. I love it.
Is that
And
how?
oh, it totally resonates.
Okay.
Yeah, and we probably have a past life together.
Probably.
Yes.
I 100%.
It all makes sense now. Okay.
That's
And
what
we're
it
back.
is. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't doubt that for a second.
So, okay. The final question is, if you could be a catalyst of change for something in the world right now, what would it be?
I think I would go to what we've been talking about, and that is community building, social health. I would like to be the catalyst of change for that in this world. I would like to, let people know, maybe through my comedy, like how important and how fulfilling community is and growing as a community is, and how we can really, kind of undo a little bit of this capitalist mindset. I would like to do that. And like think of ourselves as like helping each other and, aiding each other and building each other together.
Yes.
Yeah. That's what I would like to be the catalyst of change for.
Yeah. And you are doing it.
Well,
you are making those moves and doing it. And you're also in like the heart of that activity.
Yes.
So it's like you're in the place to make that change. You know?
It's funny how I became anti-capitalist after moving to New York. Yeah. I was like, everyone's like, usually it's the other way around. Like, I was like, oh, wait a minute. And I say anti-capitalist because I think like we need to think about other people more. And instead of hoarding, we should be like looking out for each other.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
I love it. Thank you for clarifying that. And thank you for being here.
Thank you so much for having me. Again, I love how serendipitous this whole meeting was and me being a guest on your podcast was. And I really appreciate it. And I love everything you're doing.
Oh, thank you.
And thank you for helping me articulate so many of the things that I've been feeling.
Yeah.
I appreciate that a lot.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate you saying yes and being here. And I'm so excited to see you in London.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Toronto.
So I'll be releasing my special in the end of April. So please check it out.
Yes.
I talk about all the things that we spoke about in this podcast. So
Yes. Amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, thank you.
Thank you, Alexia.
And everyone, check out all the links below, everything in the description. And we are so grateful for you for being with us. And we want to invite everyone to share, like, comment.
Yes.
Share everything that resonated.
Absolutely. And please ask questions. I'll be watching this episode if it's on YouTube, right?
Yeah.
Amazing.
YouTube, all the places. Cool. And continue being catalysts of change in your communities, in your lives, and in the world. And we will see you in the next episode.
Bye.